Welcome to the Start First Murders. Welcome back. Thank you for hanging in. A little bit of a 12-minute delay, but
That's
fine.
You know what? That's okay.
Some Wi-Fi issues. What can you do?
Yeah, Wi-Fi is acting up.
What can you do?
But that's
Welcome.
okay.
We're glad you're here.
Happy Bucket Hat Saturday, first of all. Second of all, happy 4th of July.
That's right. Well, 4th of July, there's a lot of conflicting or seemingly contradictory stories about the 4th of July. On the one hand, there's a long, predominantly white tradition of celebrating patriotism in America on the 4th of July. On the other, there's a story of suffering at the hands of a predominantly white America. Of black people and people of color across this country continue to not receive the liberty and justice for all that we supposedly have in this country, which we don't. So, this 4th of July, if you're celebrating freedom and liberty and justice for all, remember that not everybody in this country has it. And if you have the energy to participate in the tradition of celebrating liberty and justice for all, you also have the energy to fight until everybody in this country has it. You can do this by checking out the links in the description of this YouTube video. We'll take you to very informative and educational resources where you can educate yourself on this systemic racism in this country and what you can do to make a difference for all Americans. You can also donate in the links down in our bio. You can have tough conversations with your family and friends about what needs to be done in this country to give liberty and justice to all. Remember that it's not an American ideal until every American has it. And they don't. So if that's what you're celebrating today, celebrate your vigor to make that change rather than imagining that everybody already has it, because they don't.
Very well put.
Open your eyes. So, our first song today, we do
the riddle, maybe.
Let's start with the riddle. Let's start with the riddle.
Okay, so the riddle, what has, hang on, let me look at the exact wording. What has a foot on each side and one in the middle?
So you've got a foot, and actually you've got three. One on each side and one in the middle. What is it?
So we got two answers.
Who am I? What am I?
When am I?
It. What is it?
Marilyn said a yardstick, which is the correct answer that I had in mind. So congratulations, Marilyn.
About 3 feet.
Oh yeah, 2 feet on each side and one in the middle. That's 3 adjacent consecutive feet.
It's not exactly 3 feet. A yard is not exactly 3 feet.
It's a little bit.
I don't think. Is it?
For the sake
Is
of
it exactly 3 feet? I don't think it's exactly 3 feet.
Well, I know a yard
Carry
and a
on.
meter are different. And a meter is
That's correct.
most definitely not 3 feet.
It's exactly 100 centimeters. Keep going. You're doing great. Tell us about.
Now I'm actually wondering if a yard is.
It is exactly 3 feet.
It is. I was about to say, if we have, why would the yard even exist?
Lots of things don't make sense.
Okay. Kay said, piano legs and pedals. Okay, so you have 2 feet on the outside, one in the middle, because on a piano, at least most pianos, there are 3 pedals.
Or maybe the feet on a big grand piano, you've got 2 feet on either side of the keyboard, and you've got one on the far end of the piano. 2 feet on the other.
Lots of different 10
out of 10 on the creativity there.
Congratulations there. And then our riddle for next episode.
Well, so we got to say, congratulations to Marilyn and Kay. Submit a song rec. We'll get on it.
The formality.
And now, our riddle for the next episode, which will be a week from today, because in place of Tuesday's episode, we'll be live all day tomorrow in Boston Common. More on that later. But for Saturday's show, you've got a week to tell us
about it.
What do you think the answer is to this riddle? So we expect answers.
I scream. I can be mostly any shape or color, but everyone seems to talk about screaming when they talk about me. What am I?
Okay, I'll read that again. I scream. I can be
Dacha
mostly
screams all the time.
Any shape or color, but everyone seems to talk about screaming when they talk about me. What am I?
Who am I?
Let us know. So I had to like refresh that in my mind a little bit. I wasn't paying attention when you first said it. So put in the comments on YouTube or on Facebook or DM Sava if you're watching over Instagram. Now, our first song. Lift every voice and sing, a psalm known as the Black National Anthem. A reminder, once again, in case you missed the beginning of the show, that if you have the energy to celebrate the tradition of patriotism on the 4th of July, you also have the energy to fight until every American has liberty and justice for all. You can check the links in this YouTube video if you are wondering how you can do that. So, lift every voice and sing. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea.
That's just part of it.
That is just part of that, yeah. Very beautiful. Check the links in the YouTube video if you haven't already. So, And now. We've got some announcements. Let's talk about, first of all, let's talk about tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
Let's do a little scheduling.
Okay.
So, maybe we had whoop. Oh. Nice. So, we're, always have shows on Tuesdays and Saturdays, but this coming week, instead of a show on Tuesday, instead of the show, we will be live in Boston Common from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow, playing the music you've heard on the show, raising money for Black Lives Matter organizations, specifically the Equal Justice Initiative and the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. All proceeds go to those organizations, and we thank you for your support tomorrow and right now for watching these videos and sharing them.
Joining us tomorrow will be our good orchestra friend and our very faithful watcher and listener, good fan, and just
awesome violist.
Amazing violist. Our friend, Joya.
Joya will be there tomorrow.
That's the plan, at least. Helping us. Some of the pieces that I've played viola for, she will definitely replace me and more. And maybe, most definitely, she will play a lot better than I have.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be
You should
great.
be there. If you're around, come to Boston Common tomorrow, anytime during the day, from 9 to 5. Keep your ears open. We'll be there.
Of
You'll be able to
course,
hear us.
social distancing and masks are, unfortunately, there's no way that we can physically enforce them, but they are very strongly mentally required.
We'll be wearing masks,
And-
standing 6 feet apart from other people.
Yes.
And
Joy.
so should you.
Yes.
So that's exciting. So once again, we'll not have a show on Tuesday, but we will be live tomorrow. That's
9
huge.
to 5.
9 to 5. So should we move on to?
Should we go through some sayings?
Oh yeah, let's
The
go through
sayings.
We got some more talking to do.
Some talking. But this is a fun talk. To know
I'll
the
get it
ropes.
set up for the next piece.
To know the ropes means to be very comfortable with something, to be well versed in a sort of activity or ritual or tradition, if you will. I can say not to toot my own horn, which is one that I'll cover later. I can say that I know the ropes of violin playing. Why? Because I'm experienced in violin playing. I don't know all the ropes, but that's beside the point. Okay, so where did that come from? Well, in the 1600s,
Sorry to interrupt. I'm just
when sailboat travel was a lot more predominantly used as a form of transportation, sailors would have to man the lines which controlled the sheets. There are some ropes and pulleys and everything's rigged up so that you can sail smoothly. And experienced sailors knew exactly which lines to use, when, and how, and therefore they knew the ropes. They know how the sailboat works. The second.
Keep going.
Okay. The second is. What's the second one? What did I say the second one was?
The second one is. Sava told me right before, and I'm retrieving the file.
Okay, so the third one.
10 seconds remaining.
The third one that I had in mind was bitter end, to mean that you're at the very end of something. Like, I stayed at the party until the bitter end. Where does that come from? Well, sailboats. A lot of these are sailboat themes. Sailboats have anchors, and when you let out the anchor, it obviously has to be attached to the ship, or else you just let something sink into the ocean. And they would attach the rope that the anchor is attached to the deck of the ship with something called a bit, which is basically a huge wooden spike that they stick into the ground, the deck of the ship, tie the rope around, and therefore the anchor will stay attached to the boat. However, when they let out the anchor, the sailors need a way to know when they're at the very end of the rope so that they don't accidentally let out too much. And so what they would do is they would tie colored fabric to the end of the rope, so that connecting the rope to the bit, so that they know when they start seeing the colored fabric, they should stop letting out the rope, so that so they don't let out too much. And so the part of the rope that was at the very end was called the bit end, or the bitter end. Later it was called. And so now the saying the bitter end means the very end, right? Because it was the very end of the rope. Apparently, it was at the bit's end of the rope. And the third one, did we check?
The third one is by and large.
Ah, that's right. Okay.
I remembered.
By and large means in general. And so, when you were sailing, if you were sailing by, B-Y, that means that you're sailing with the tip of the sailboat. Oh, Jackie Dog. Did we not secure him upstairs?
He must have opened the door.
Should we...
Jackie's the dog, for those of you who...
And he likes to eat paper, so we have to
can-
keep him secure. Okay.
I wonder if, tell us about by and large.
Okay,
I'll
so
bring Jackie
if you're sailing by, that means that you're facing into the wind, and if you're sailing large, that means that the wind is at your back. And so when you're sailing by and large, that means that the wind is always changing, but in general, you move forward. So the captain would say, oh, we're sailing by and large. That means that the wind is going in all different directions.
This is Jackie, who was supposed to be upstairs.
Did
But
someone
he's
let
found
him?
his way down here.
Mm-hmm. Should we, Oh, hi, Jackie.
Buddy. Okay.
Want to
Keep
bring him
going.
back upstairs? Okay. So by and large means in general. And so if you were sailing by and large, that means that in general you'd be moving forward, which is pretty interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So our next piece. Is it time for our next piece?
Jackie's just gonna. He can watch. It's okay. As long
Our
as
next
he
piece
doesn't
will
eat
require a
paper
little bit
again.
of guitar.
Oh yeah. And
Tom
will
Petty
also require us switching spaces.
And the Heartbreakers.
Ew! It's so gross over here. I'm in Dacha's space.
An American classic.
Yuck.
American Girl by Tom Petty and Heartbreakers.
I'm already heartbroken just looking at this. How are we feeling?
Up. Wow, those are some tough guitar chords.
Optimal ending.
American Girl.
Wait,
Woo!
hang on. I'll be right back.
Improv. Tom Petty. That's an interesting name. It's got 8 letters. 3 of them are T's. 1 of them is an O. Less than 2 of them is a Y. Or Y's. Tom Petty was the one who wrote this song. This song being American Girl, which is the song that we just played. It's a song about an American girl written by Tom Petty, whose band was called Tom Petty and the Icebreakers.
Terrible talker.
Here we go. I said Tom Petty and the Icebreakers. So, wow. Now, it's time for the squat.
Oh, squat. So the squat was, what are our horoscope signs? We got a couple answers. I have to take this down because I need to scroll.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kay said that I was a Leo and Dacha was an Aries. Obviously, she was picking up on my tendency to be warm, passionate, and dynamic, and my delight in opportunities to let my charismatic, inclusive personality shine, and let
Wikipedia.
the lion that represents myself. I'm also strong, brave, and ready to dominate everything that I set out to do. So obviously, she was picking up on that.
And just like Sava picked up on Wikipedia.
And I guess what she saw in you, dude, is a passionate, motivated, and confident leader who builds community with Dacha's cheerful disposition and relentless determination. Uncomplicated and direct in their approach, they often get frustrated by exhaustive detail and unnecessary nuances. Interesting. That's Aries.
However, we appreciate that.
K.
We got another
Well, that's not
answer.
totally correct.
Yeah, that's right. We got another answer from Marilyn.
Marilyn.
Who either knows us very well or knows our birthdays or both.
Yeah. Marilyn picked up on my being tough-minded and biting, and also have lots of positive qualities that make me great friends and successful people overall. Determined, brave, loyal, honest, ambitious, jealous, secretive, and resentful. I guess I that's how I come across. I don't know. And in Dacha, she saw a hardworking, creative, reliable, patient, kind, critical, stubborn, and overthinking person.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Get it? I'm overthinking it.
Wait.
So, you would be correct in saying that Sava's a Scorpio and I'm a Virgo.
Scorpio.
Don't know what that means. Maybe I'll do a little research and figure it out.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to Marilyn. Submit a song, Rick, if you'd like. We'll get on it. And now
it's time for next Saturday's squat. How far? Okay. Oh, backstory. Light travels at a speed. Right? And what's cool is if you look out at the stars, what hits your eye is actually what the stars looked like a while ago. Because
many years ago.
It takes many years for light to reflect off of the surface of those stars.
So the stars emit the light.
I know, but they can also reflect light of other stars.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It takes time for that light that either of the stars emit
to get from the stars to your eyeballs.
Okay, yes, I was getting there, but okay.
I was helping you out a little bit. It's taking a while.
With that in mind, how far into space? That's a lot of pages. We may need a conveyor belt self-safety help.
How many pages is this?
Oh, I shouldn't cough into my hand.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh my
Cough.
So, keep going.
So, the squat is, how far into space would you have to put a mirror so that if you looked at it, you would see dinosaurs? It's actually simpler than you may think, but
let us know how far out into space would you need to put a mirror so that if you were standing at the position of that mirror, you would see dinosaurs.
Or if you were just look at the mirror.
No, because the light would have to get back from the mirror to Earth, so that would double the distance. You'd need to be at the mirror.
No, but you'd be able to see it from Earth if you looked at the mirror. It would just take longer.
Oh, true. Okay.
Fair
enough. Our third piece.
Dacha trying to be all smart and stuff.
Our third piece is American Boy. We played American Girl. We're about to play American Boy. This one is a little bit more
by Estelle.
modern
It says,
day.
Words and music by Will Adams, Kanye West, Keith Harris, Josh Lopez, Caleb Spire, and Estelle Soiree. Very cool.
American Boy. Song of the Summer. Several summers ago. Here we go.
Last summer. This is last summer's song of the summer for me, at least. I don't know.
Here we go.
that's a good one.
American Boy.
American.
Wow.
Very
cool.
cool
So,
song.
what else we got?
Well, we got a way that we always finish the show.
That's right. So, like what we're gonna do tomorrow, we're gonna be going out.
And
You know,
when
out
you
of
go
the house.
out, you have to be very careful.
We're going to be very careful. We're going to be staying 6 feet away from other people. In addition to wearing masks. Masks are important. Not mandatory. Probably should be. You should be wearing a mask. And
Unfortunately, not mandatory.
should be mandatory. And however, in situations like these, it's important for us all to maintain extreme caution. And in addition to other safety measures, layer on a third social distancing mask. The third is wash your hands all the time.
Really quickly, I would like to add a couple of cents, two if you will. Now, especially, is extremely important. It is extremely important to stay extra safe. Why? Because a lot of places are now, the rules that are enforced are now being lifted. Despite that, though, the risk of being outside and with other people and in social settings is even higher. Now, I bet you're thinking to yourself, Sava, how does that make any sense at all if, I don't even know what, Savalandia, there's no law that tells me that I have to, be safe in Savalandia. There's no law. So that means that I can do whatever I want.
No,
not at all.
If you're a responsible citizen,
For the safety
others'
of
needs
yourself
ahead of
and
your own.
others.
wear a mask. So,
It doesn't matter what the laws are. It's, to me at least, common sense to be safe.
yes,
Right?
we like
Isn't
safety.
it?
Now, we will be talking a little bit more about
Safety.
hand washing. After we wish a very special happy birthday
Oh,
to
happy
Gramps
birthday.
Marilyn's mother. Happy 91st birthday. That's
Happy
awesome. We got a tradition on the show when it's somebody's birthday. It goes a little something like this. Cool. Also, happy birthday to the United States of America. But very important that you realize that if you're celebrating liberty and justice and freedom and patriotism today, remember that not everybody in this country has it. So how can you be celebrating America and these American ideals if they're not held by all Americans? Interesting. What you can do is go check these links down in the description of the YouTube video, and you can learn how you can educate yourself, donate money if you're able, and make change so that these American ideals become really truly American for everybody in this country. So with that, we will go back to where we were on hand washing, which is something that you should all be doing, and we should be doing. I should be washing my hands right now.
Wait. Why is washing hands important if I'm wearing a mask?
Because you could have cooties on your hands.
Oh.
Here we go. Wash your hands for this amount of time.
And often, actually, I believe, is it 80 times a day the average American touches their face? Or maybe it's 80 times the American touches their phone. I forget.
Your
A
phone
lot.
could have cooties too.
Yeah, your phone, for sure. You're swiping a piece of glass.
Here we go.
Residue happens.
Thank you for watching. Dude, we'll see you tomorrow in Boston Common.
In Boston, safely
live.
though.
We can't wait to see you then. Thanks for watching.